Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Today we are going to install some side steps on our Gen 3 Pajero. Now these side steps actually fit the Gen 3 and the Gen 4 model, which is awesome, and we've also done some upgrades to them, which I'm going to show you today. So without further ado, let me show you what they look like and how to install it. Alright, so first thing we've done is we've upgraded to proper packaging. So now it comes in carton boxes, and then as you can see, it's all nicely packaged, and we've upgraded to 6mm brackets. So as you can see, they are now 6mm steel, so it's nice and thick. The old ones used to be 4mm, which is these ones here. So it's a bit of an upgrade over the 4mm, and it's nice and strong as well. So just to show you a bit of a side-by-side comparison, so this is the 4mm and this is the 6mm. So as you can see, the 6mm is nice and heavy duty and basically just gives you that extra peace of mind when you're going off-road. Even though these aren't designed for rock sliding, it will protect you on the occasional off-road trip if you do end up hitting something. But yeah, that's the main thing we've done, is upgraded these brackets. Now the kit also comes with nuts and bolts and everything you need. So let me show you what it looks like. Now this is actually a customer's one, so I'm not going to be installing this today. I'll show you why in a second, but yeah, that's what yours will look like. So that's the final one. So essentially we just made sure this plate on top goes all the way, and now the thing that I love about it is that you can't see any welding spots, so it's super clean. So here's all the welding spots underneath to make sure it's nice and strong, and then all these brackets are also braced all the way to make sure that's not going to bend as well. So yeah, that's very good. Now the reason I'm not going to install this is, like I said, this is a customer's, and we've done another one. So this is another one we basically tested. So this one comes with checker plate all the way, but as you can see, it does have these welds, and it just makes it look not that great. And we also tested our logo on it, which we're not a fan of. But yeah, essentially that's the two that we tested. So that one is heaps better. And in terms of slipperiness, like honestly, if this is wet, you're just gonna slip it. The checker plate doesn't help at all. So yeah, that's why we just kept it nice and sleek. And if you do want to grab something to make sure you're not gonna fall over, now we do offer this as well. So this is essentially like a non-slip material that you can stick onto your side step. So if that's your concern that it's going to be slippery, we're going to sell this in strips, so you don't have to buy a whole batch like this. So we'll sell them in strips, and they are the exact same size as the step itself, so it's going to be a nice and sleek finish. Thank you so much to JC, one of our awesome customers. She recommended this for us because she likes a dog to get in and out nice and easy without slipping. But yeah, just once again, here's the 6mm brackets. And if you do want to grab them separate, guys, we do sell them here. So there's 6 of them in here with nuts and bolts as well. So if you did buy the 4mm version in the previous 2 years, if you do want to upgrade it or replace it, you can buy the brackets separately as well. So yeah, brackets are available, and we have the side steps. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to install it today. Now the installation process on this one will be the exact same. So instead of throwing this in the bin, I'm just going to fit it to the Gen 3 Pajero, because why not? Alright, so let's get into the installation process. Okay, so one thing to note on the Gen 3 model, so I believe it's only the NP that came with these side steps. So essentially they are nice and straight side steps, alright? So that means it will fit. Now some Gen 3 models are called extended flares, but essentially it's like this piece right here. This flare just comes all the way down here, so it's like a one piece, and then you have like a small step in the middle. So it won't fit those models, all right? It will only fit this Gen 3 that has this one piece all the way through. Okay, and then on the Gen 4, it will fit any Gen 4. Okay, so time to tackle the side step. Now you just need a few basic tools. So we're basically going to need a 16mm and a 13mm, and then we also need a 10mm for something in the front over here. But yeah, essentially guys, there's a few bolts underneath there. So starting at the front, there's a couple of 16mm bolts, so just undo them. In the middle bar, there's just some 12mm, and then at the back, there's a couple of 16s and a 12. Once they are done, the side step will just come off. Just letting you know, at the front here, there's a bracket that also needs to come loose, and you just need a screwdriver. So let me just show you. Just undo this one, and then on that side is another one over there. That one there. And then it's just these two 10mm bolts here, 1, 2, and then this bracket will come off with the side step. Now just undo the rest of the screws, so there's 2 on this side and then 1 on the other side. Just hit it with a hammer, the screwdriver, just so it sets, because it is very rusty and you don't want to strip the bolts. So once that is all done, this bracket will just come off and it will look like that. And now there's room for your side step to go over here. So there we go guys, that's the side step now off, and your Gen 3 will look like this. So Gen 4 is the exact same procedure. However, on the Gen 3 it does have this bracket at the front that needs to come off, whereas on the Gen 4 there's nothing to be done there. And then at the back as well, it's completely up to you. So the side step will come against this plastic here. Now this is literally just a piece of plastic. If you want to grind it off, you can. But yeah, it's literally just there to complete the look with the factory side step. But yeah, otherwise just leave it, and then the side step will just push against this. But yeah, let's now put the new side step on. Right, so there's 3 brackets going on a side. So 1, 2, 3, and you'll see this one has 2, that one has 3, and that one has 2. So the one of the 3 holes goes in the middle, and it's also labeled L. So there will be an L and a R, which means left and right, but they are interchangeable, so it's completely up to you. So essentially what I've done is I've put the right hand side brackets on here. So what it looks like is like that there. So essentially the only difference is the left bracket will go backwards, so it will go up and then back. So your nuts will be protected on this side. So ideally what I would recommend is just to interchange them. So put the left brackets on this side and the right brackets on the other side, and then you'll have the nuts a little bit more protected, but it honestly doesn't matter which way it goes. It's completely up to you. So here's your bolts. What you want to do is make them like this. So it's a spring washer, then a normal washer, and then on the other side of the bracket it will be a normal washer and a nut. So just letting you know as well, these do replace most of the factory bolts. However, the ones at the back are M10s and they need to be reused. So those ones there, just reuse them because there is already thread at the back here on the bracket over here. So it will just go into that thread over there, these old ones. Alright, so on the left side of the car, the M10 bolts are at the front, and on the right side, the M10 bolts are at the back. Now, there's no washers in the kit for M10 bolts. So as you can see, it only grabs onto the metal a little bit, and ideally I would like it if there's a washer, and then it's, you know, nice and secure. But anyway, what I want to do is make this just like that. So just loosely fit all 3 brackets. So here you go. So they've got the M8 bolts, and same for the back here, M8 bolts. So they are nice and loose, and now we're going to put the step on them and then go from there. Righto, just before you put your step onto the brackets, make sure you put these covers on the ends because otherwise there's going to be like sand and everything else getting in there. So we want to seal it off. So just grab like a rubber hammer and then just hit it in. Right, so here's what you want to do. You want to put the step onto the brackets. Now just go under it and tighten it loosely for all 3. And then what we can do still is just move it around and make sure it's where it's supposed to be. And then we'll jack it up so it's nice and straight. and then tighten everything up. Alright guys, so we have now fitted all the bolts loosely to the brackets, as you can see. And now what we want to do is basically move the side step backwards or forwards depending on how you want it. Like that, like that. But what I'm going to do is grab the trolley jack, or if you have another jack that's quite high, we are now going to lift it up so it sits flush, and then we're going to tighten every single bolt just so it stays in position. So let's do that now. Perfect. So once you've done all the bolts up nice and tight, you can let the jack go and the step will just stay there. Happy days. Look at that. Here. Does not go anywhere. Yeah. Awesome. That looks great. Righto guys, there we go. That just looks amazing. So that's all nice and flush. So that's about the clearance you get from the front. So heaps of clearance if you want to do run bigger tires. So 33s, there you go, perfect. And then another question I get asked a lot is how wide are they? So they are 15 centimeters, but usable is about 13. So there you go. So you can still get up on your roof. It's nice and slim, and there you go. So that looks great. And they're also about 27 kilos for the pair. But yeah, what do you guys reckon? I reckon the Gen 3 looks great. There you go. Also, hot tip, don't put them in your boot because they will slid out and then they get damaged. All right, so yeah, just be aware of that. But anyway, let me quickly get rid of all this mess, and then I'll show you guys the final look. So there you go guys, that's what the side steps look like. Now, like I mentioned, it fits both the Gen 3 and the Gen 4. So this is what it looks like on the Gen 4, and this is also the version that you're gonna get. So this was just a prototype that I fitted to this car instead of throwing it away. But yeah, you'll be getting these sleek designs because it just looks great. And also the 6mm brackets on this car was the 4mm brackets. But yeah, from now on, it will just be the 6mm brackets just to give you a bit of peace of mind off-road. And yeah, this is a perfect upgrade for people that maybe have bust in your plastic side steps or just looking for something a little bit stronger if you're gonna go do some touring with your Pajero. And yeah, you just want a bit more stronger protection. Thanks so much guys, have a good one. Link is in the description if you want to grab yourself a set. Cheers guys, bye.